Next, it's an absolute pleasure to introduce one of our pre-licensure BSN students, Brittany. We can't wait to hear your story, so come on up.
As a mother, I can say there's no scarier feeling than seeing your baby in the neonatal intensive care unit. My daughter, her name is Amaya Rogers. Anytime that I talk about her, I tend to cry. I'm not doing that today. She was a NICU baby, and they attempted to stop the labor. Eventually, they were scared of an infection, so I had to deliver her. This is my first child, so I'm terrified. She comes out, she's only 3 pounds big. I see her for 2 seconds, they're like, okay, mom, bonding is done. We have to take her to the NICU. I was terrified, but when I went up there, by the grace of God, her lungs were okay. She stayed there for 2 months. Had to be in an incubator. She couldn't keep herself warm. She was barely eating on her own. Those NICU nurses taught me how to feed her. They made the little cards with her name on it, and they made sure they changed her outfits when I wasn't there. It was very small, but it was big to me. They kind of gave me the reassurance that she was going to be okay. It had a huge impact on my life, and it still does to this day. My time in NICU was shaping me in ways that I couldn't have predicted. I began to see those nurses not just as healthcare providers, but as heroes. They were helping me navigate some of the hardest days of my life. Could I turn my own experience as a NICU mom into something bigger? Something that can help others the way that these nurses helped me. So that's when the dream of being a NICU nurse came about, but it was a little bit more difficult to obtain it. College was a little delayed for me. Most nursing programs, you have to be there full time, and it just wasn't something that was feasible for me. To be honest, it made me a little sad. This dream that I have not swayed away from for 14 years, it's going further and further out of my reach. I stayed up nights wondering if it would be unrealistic. To be honest, I almost gave up. One of my classmates, she was completing her prereqs to go to WGU, and I was like, what is WGU? And she was like, it's a nursing program and a portion of it is online. That night I went home and I looked into it. I enrolled into the program and I met with my mentor, and I have been on a roll ever since. WGU's Pre-Licensure Lab is a unique part of the educational experience here. It's the first time you get to put on those blue scrubs. For me, it was a full circle moment. It was scary because you don't know what to expect. I did not do perfect the first time on some of the things that I did, but the lab instructors were extremely sweet. I never felt like I was incompetent, and I had someone to support me to walk me through the mistakes and, help me not make the same mistake again.
At WGU in our nursing programs, what we've intentionally designed is these simulation experiences that are embedded throughout the curriculum. It culminates when students come to our labs, and then they're able to practice simulation in person, so they're then set up for success when they go to do their clinical placements.
A lot of the times when I go into a hospital, they always tell me how WGU students are the most confident ones that come in. That's my personal journey. I went in and I felt confident. I wasn't scared to do anything. I think there's many factors that play into being a NICU nurse. It's not just the baby that you have to care for. There's also the family that's there and terrified. I know what it feels like to be on the other side. You kind of have to learn how to navigate and care for them as well. If I can say anything, I wish that every student has a mentor like my mentor. When you see someone that's in your corner that cares about you, I don't think that people understand how that can really motivate somebody to keep going.
When I started working with Brittany, I knew immediately on that she was going to be a go-getter. And I love working with students that come in that have their end goal in mind and they're ready to go. I was there to kind of help navigate from behind and to make sure everything was in alignment. So I was just happy to be able to collaborate with her and to be a part of her team.
If Kawana does see this video, just know that I genuinely love her and I'm very appreciative of her being my mentor. I feel like once I do graduate, the tuition that I'm paying, everything that I'm putting into WGU will come back times 10. This is the closest that I've ever come to actually graduating. I'm this close to becoming a registered nurse. I have a countdown on my phone, 9 months, 15 days, and 12 hours. As I stand here today, I am filled with a deep sense of pride and excitement, not just for myself, but for the future of nursing education at WGU. Thank you all, and I look forward to seeing how a new chapter in WGU's nursing program will shape the future of healthcare.